So the Jacksonville Jaguars lose to the Tennessee Titans today 20-0, and this is the first time the Jaguars have been shut out since 2009, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that they said that earlier on the broadcast. The Jaguars played a horrible game today, and there was a lot of drama heading in today's game with all the rumors and reports that had came out from inside the building and within the organization this past week with Urban Meyer. Not going to talk anything with the coaching staff really, but let's just talk right into this game. Now, before we begin today's video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to FLTeams.com, who I've partnered and collab with. At FLTeams.com, we do sports articles and blogs on the daily regarding sports teams in the state of Florida from the collegiate and at the professional level. If you guys would like to go check out FLTeams.com, I will link to them down below. And also, don't forget to drop me one of these. So starting off with the offense, Trevor Lawrence had a really bad game. 24-40, 220 yards, I believe, and 4 interceptions. Excluding that first interception that Laviska Shenault, something that we've seen way too often this year, drop the ball or tips the ball up into the air. Outside of that first interception, which was not Trevor Lawrence's fault, that's all on Laviska. The other 3 were. The one to Jaydon Mickens down the field, I believe Christian Fulton intercepted that ball. Trevor Lawrence, when you saw it from the sky view, obviously should have thrown the ball a little bit earlier. Then, the other one to Laquan Treadwell, and then the other one where the linebacker dropped back into coverage after they had that blitz, and Jawan Taylor didn't pick up that block coming off the right edge, which wasn't his fault. Just those are on Trevor Lawrence, and he's going to continue to make his rookie mistakes. But he's a rookie. He's going to continue to struggle. It's fine. We're in the first year. I'm not worried about Trevor. You clearly see the talent and the arm strength and the ability with Trevor, but offensive line's not great. He's got little to no help out there offensively when we talk about weapons and talent out there. Jaydon Mickens and Tavon Austin are out there running routes. That should tell you enough. So, I'm not too upset. I'm excited for Trevor, and I think everyone knows Trevor's going to be fine. But the offensive line was just putrid. This is the worst performance I've seen from the offensive line maybe ever with the Jags, and that's saying something. It has been a very, 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 very long time I've seen the Jaguars offensive line play this horrible. I know they only allowed 3 sacks, but those numbers do not tell the whole story because Andrew Norwell was horrendous today. Excluding the penalties that he had, he just wasn't blocking properly. The interior of the offensive line was horrible with Norwell, Shatley, and Ben Barth. Then Cam Robinson probably was the best performance on the offensive line today, but he still didn't do great. Jawan Taylor, not a great day yet again. 23 false start penalties for the Jacksonville Jaguars this season. That obviously leads the NFL. Not very good there. Trevor Lawrence was under duress the entire game. I don't have the advanced numbers in front of me, so I don't know what the QB pressures were and things like that, but offensive line was just horrible. But positive note from the offense, I do want to say, though, is with Laquan Treadwell. I said this, in training camp, through the preseason, and then when he finally got activated to the roster, there's a lot of chemistry and continuity with him and Trevor Lawrence. He's a big-bodied, athletic receiver. We know what this guy did in college. Obviously, he didn't work out with the Minnesota Vikings, and he's kind of had his struggles in the NFL, but he has really found a niche with this Jaguars team, and I'd love to see him back on this roster next year. His development has been great, and I'm excited to see what Laquan Treadwell continues to do. Marvin Jones Jr. had a phenomenal day. Been our best receiver the entire year. Laviska Shenault, I believe, 4 catches, 43 yards. Still not a great game from Laviska. I'm so done with Laviska this year. He's just proven to me consistently time and time again, this guy just isn't it. Maybe that has a lot to do with him having to play on the outside, but I'm not going to make excuses. Also, James Robinson, 6 carries, 5 yards. The blocking, not great. James Robinson had 1 good run at the very end of the game, but, got called back because there was a holding. I understand the need to feed James Robinson the ball, and 6 carries is not good. I believe the Jaguars only had 8 yards rushing the entire game, or maybe 11 yards. Something very, 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 very low. But the point is, James Robinson's not going to get his carries when we're down. We have to play catch up, and also the field position battle matters. When the Jaguars in the first half, even though we were down 10-0 at halftime, the Jaguars are getting good field position, but they keep going back on first down, putting themselves in 2nd and 18, 2nd and 13. Putting yourself in those positions is just not going to cut it. Now, on the defense, Shaq Griffin, I think, had a pretty solid game. Roy Robertson Harris has really stepped it up the last couple of weeks. I've loved this signing really throughout the season. He hasn't been, fantastic, but he's definitely been a great, solid veteran contributor, and that's exactly what you want to see from this young defensive line. Josh Allen, Chason, Taven Bryan. Majority of these guys just are non-existent out there. DeJuan Smoot has played phenomenal this year. I think a lot of us love to see that as well. Miles Jack, Damian Wilson, we love to see these guys' development, but man, we want to see Cisco out there. We've been talking about it all year. You've got nothing else to lose. we want to see Andre Cisco out there. And, I want to give a round of applause to Joe Cullen, like, seriously, because jokes aside, I think he's been a great defensive coordinator this year. There's been times when the Jags defense has struggled and can just not get off the field. But really, all in all, with the lack of talent on this team, I think he's done a phenomenal job. Rudy Ford's turned into a very solid player. Damian Wilson's been a great linebacker for the Jags this year. Like I said, Roy Robertson, Harris, you've seen the development of a lot of guys. And the Jags defense really just is the backbone of this team. And that's sad to say. And I mean, yeah, look, it sucks. I don't like seeing us get our butts kicked every Sunday. But, I'm just grateful that, like I said, we have our franchise quarterback and that, we're actually going to go somewhere. I'm not worried. This team's going to look so much better next year. I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. And if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys like, turn on notifications, and hit the subscribe bell to stay tuned for more Jacksonville Jaguars and NBA content that I do here on YouTube. But Jags Nation, thank you guys always so much for the support. Brett James, a.k.a. BJ. I'm out, y'all. Big trust. Peace.